Welcome back to Lily White's TV. We're here, one of the management in Darren Hare. How are you doing?
Yeah, good, thanks. Bit wet, but I'm fine.
Yeah, it was a nice wet training for the boys.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
After Saturday's win, we have now 3 wins at home in a row. You must be getting a bit of momentum, making the place a bit hard for teams to come to. It must be a little bit of a bonus.
Yeah, I think when we first came in, that wasn't the case, and that was something that we needed to address. And I think the boys have proved that at home now we can make this a bit of a fortress. We're much harder to beat now. We've had some ups and downs over the last 6-7 weeks, and it's been tough. But now we're starting to get a bit of reward for some of the performances that we're putting in, and it's really pleasing that obviously we're starting to win our home games, which is a natural thing you'd want your team to do. So long way to go still. Even though there's only 6 games, those points are massive, and they're up for grabs. And we'll try and get them again on Saturday.
Yeah, it's definitely a good basis for the last 6 games. Saturday is a derby game. Are you using that as a bit more motivation for the players because it's a massive game for the supporters as well?
Oh yeah, I mean it's a huge game for both clubs. Swell derby, resurrecting the Bobbermore Cup. I mean, that's added a little bit more spice to it as well. But they'll be thinking as well as us that at the end of the day the points are there for both teams. That they were in a sticky position about 6 weeks ago. They've had a great run and got themselves out of that sort of group that looked like they could get sucked in. So they've done great. So we know it's not going to be an easy game. The fact that it's a cup game as well will add a little bit more motivation, I'm sure, to the players. And listen, they don't need motivating now. We're picking a team. They're going out. They know what's at stake. And at the end of the day, if we can pick another 3 points up on Saturday and win and lift the trophy, that will be a massive bonus. But above all, what we want to make sure we do is show the same level of commitment, attitude, and togetherness which we've shown in our last 3 home games.
Yeah, it'll definitely be a bonus to be able to lift the trophy
absolutely.
before the end of the season.
I've never known it before. I've never known a cup match that's intertwined with a league game before. So yeah, it'll be something new for me.
It'll be a pleasure for everyone.
Yeah.
So with the return, it would be a special moment. But how do you feel being a part of the return of it? It must be a bit special for the management as well.
Yeah, I mean, this club's got a lot of history, and I know this competition has got a lot of history between both clubs. So, but both for Sittingbourne and for us, it's nice to be that group of people that are in charge of a team that are resurrecting that. So there's going to be some sentiment involved, I'm sure. I know our fans will be right up for it, and I'm sure their fans will be as well. So it all bodes for an exciting game. Hopefully the pitch will play nicely, and the conditions will enable a bit of football to be played, which hasn't always been easy in the last few weeks. Look, listen, I think you'll see 2 teams going for it, 2 for nail, and I think that whoever wins the game will be worthy winners because there won't be any team sort of buckling underneath the pressure. They'll all be going for it.
Yeah, definitely adds a lot more to the fixture. And then onto the squad, you must have a bit of a headache for choices because Shola scored last week, Ronald's been in fine form, and Akinfenwa is due to make his home debut. Yeah,
so interesting team selection issues for the gaffer. I've got my thoughts on that, which I won't share on here, but obviously we'll do that together as a management team. But he's got his thoughts as well. But what he does do, a good manager that he is, he asks us, he involves us. And if he's not 100% sure about which way to go, I think sometimes he leans on us just to give him the nudge to make the decision that he wants to make. But for me, whichever team we put out, it's all about the squad. So even if there are some lads that don't end up starting that feel they should, they know and we all know that they're part of what we've got from now till the end of the season. We've got pretty much 4 weeks, 6 games. Everyone's going to play their part. So, there might be a starting 11 on Saturday that we pick, but there'll definitely be what I call impactors on the bench that hopefully can come on and make a change for us, whether that be in forward areas or defensive. And we did that a little bit on Saturday. So, look, whatever team he picks, they'll go out, they'll give it their best. And, if the boys are disappointed on the bench, and I hope they will be, because, you want to play, But in the same breath, they'll be with us, and they'll be ready to go on at any point if needed.
Yeah. And then, is there any injury updates for the game on Saturday?
Well, Pog's still struggling a little bit with his ankle. I think that was noticeable a little bit on Saturday. So he's rested tonight. We haven't risked him. So we'll probably do a little bit of a fitness test with him on Saturday. But apart from that, we've got Darren back full fitness now. He trained really well tonight. In fact, all the boys did. It was a really good session considering the conditions. So we have got pretty much a full squad to select from. As I say, it's going to be a difficult choice for Sammy.
Yeah, it's good difficult choice to have because it's the first time in a while we've had that.
Well, look, you'd rather have that, and you know, we've picked up points, to be fair, when we've brought some of the youngsters in. You know, that they've come and supported us. They've been on the bench. Some of them have made their debuts, and when we were down to the bare bones, we still managed to pick up a point or two here and there. So credit to them. You know, it's nice to be able to have that resource available to you, especially at this stage of the season. You know, we can't bring anyone else in now, so we are what we are. And we hope we can keep everybody fit. But we know that, you know, should we lose a couple, that we have got some youngsters that we can bring through that are willing to step in and not let us down at all. You know, they've come in and done great.
Yeah, they definitely deserve some credit for their contribution this season. And then now on to your opponents. Sittingbourne are in good form. They picked up 10 points from their last 6 games. What can you kind of expect from them tactically?
Well, they're strong. I know that they've got some height in their team. So they'll be strong at set plays. So we're going to have to make sure that we're mindful of that. They're going to be competitive. They've got 1 or 2 individuals I know that are very, very good players. You know, they're a good side, and you know, you don't hit a vein of form like that in the position that they were in without having some good players. So you know, they're a little bit like us in so much as they've got a bit of resurgence about them. Obviously, we had the disadvantage of being, you know, quite a few points below them at this position, but you know, we feel confident in how we're playing at the moment, and it's a tough game to call. I think if you're a punter and you're looking at, you know, who's going to win this game, it's not an easy one to pick. But we're at home. Hopefully, the crowd will get behind us, and our lads will step up to the plate. But we've got to be right on it to get a result, 100%, because they're a good side.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a game of the full 90 minutes being used for a battle. Do you have a message for the fans coming, expecting a bumper crowd? Any message you want to give to them?
Well, just enjoy it. I mean, you know, I can assure you that our boys will be having a right go. So, you know, just bear that in mind. Might not be pretty at times, which it hasn't been the last few weeks. But, you know, get behind them, you know, give them all the support they can, and hopefully we'll bring home some points and a trophy to boot.
Yeah, hopefully that'll happen Saturday. That's all we can ask for.
We can.
Thank you, Darren, for your time.
Cheers, mate. Thanks.